Well, coronavirus cases are back on the rise in 17 states, including our neighbors to the east, Michigan.
And Minnesota as well. And at the same time, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is being rolled out in Wisconsin, and more people will be eligible starting Monday.
Joining us now is Dr. Zorba Pastor for our weekly visit, helping break down the headlines. Hi, Zorba. How are you?
Hi, Zorba.
Hi, good to be here.
How concerned should we be about the rise in 17 states and a new lockdown in parts of Europe?
Oh, we should be very concerned. I think it's a reminder that we're not out of the woods. And even though we have this sort of COVID and we just want to get away from it because we spent a year under lockdown or semi-lockdown, the reality is it's on the rise in the states. The virus knows no bounds. And unless we socially distance, wash our hands, and wear masks, we're going to continue to see it. And having Michigan and Minnesota have an increase is not a good sign for our states. So it's very, very concerning. So we don't want to let down our guard. We want to get vaccinated, but we still want to stay safe. And it means if you're going to go out to a restaurant, that stay safe. Not every county is doing the same thing in our state. Some people believe that the coronavirus doesn't cross from Dane County to Rock County to Greene County, but it actually does.
Well, countries across Europe, as Mark mentioned, are battling a third wave. There are more lockdowns now all across Italy, and we're usually a couple of weeks behind Europe. So what does that mean for us? Could we see a second surge?
Oh, I think we could do it. And if you look at the influenza pandemic, the great pandemic of 1918, the same thing happened. You didn't have one surge. You had three major surges in that particular pandemic. And so the fact that it's surging keeps in line with what it's done with other things. And if you look at the Black Plague, for instance, which destroyed 1/3 of Europe, there were surges that continued over about 20 or 30 years, and some for even longer. So we know what to do. We know how to keep safer. And of course, it's important to be immunized, but don't keep your guard, and make sure don't let your guard down. After you're immunized, stay safe.
And a lot of the most vulnerable have already been immunized with both shots. So could that lessen the severity if they do get sick?
Well, if you look at things, for instance, if you look at the new J&J vaccine, it's 100%, close to 100% keeping you from dying. That's very important. It's about 95% keeping you from getting into the hospital. And it's about 65 or 70% keeping you from getting sick. It's a one-shot vaccine. We're rolling it out. The more people that get vaccinated, the better off that we are. And as long as we do that and we do the other things, we can keep this under control and we can celebrate the 4th of July. I would love to have people in our backyard in the 4th of July with a small group celebrating with margarita, which is our tradition.
It's also called Independence Day.
Yes, it is. That's right.
If you want to call,
Independence from virus. Maybe.
That's right. If you want to talk to Dr. Zorba Pastor, now's the time to call in 270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this.